Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, we're gonna take a look at Wild Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. And Wild Gaston is just as difficult to get as Stylish Cruella, or the drop rates are gonna be identical. It is gonna be easier to get compared to Belle and Beast, so let's get into it and take a look at Wild Gaston. So the ability description for Wild Gaston is that Gaston zooms enlarge for a short time and chains are doubled. It will require you to get a total of 15 Wild Gastons cleared off the screen to activate his ability. His minimum score is 90 with a maximum score of 1168, so that's pretty good for high score. Minimum score is actually not too bad either, so Wild Gaston could be pretty decent for score earning. And then the next thing is, if you do want to get Wild Gaston to skill level 6 to max him out, you'll only need to get 32 copies of him from the premium box or using your skill ticket, so it's not too bad there either. It's not very high, but it's also not super low either. So let's get into Wild Gaston's ability and what it does. So Wild Gaston actually has two different components to his ability. So the first component is that the ability time. As you level up Wild Gaston, the time of his ability will increase. Every single level that you level up Wild Gaston will be additional 0.6 seconds added to the total time. So going from skill level 1 to skill level 2, it's going to be 3.6. And then skill level 2 to skill level 3, it's going to be 4.2 and so on. So just add 0.6 every single time. And then there's also going to be a score multiplier. So not only does Wild Gaston's chain double, but during his ability time or during his skill, the score is going to multiply too. So that's why Wild Gaston could be a pretty decent Tsum to get a really high score. So the base is going to be 1.6, and every single time you level him up, you're going to get additional 0.5 multiplier. So in total, if you do get him to skill level 6, the maximum ability time, it's going to be 6 seconds with a multiplier of 4.2. And what I also want to show you guys is the side-by-side comparison of all three of these abilities activated at the same time. So we have skill level 1 on the left side, and then skill level 2 in the center, and then skill level 3, it's going to be on the right hand side. For skill level 1, the ability time is going to last 3 seconds with a score multiplier of 1.6, and then skill level 2 will last 3.6 seconds, 2.1 multiplier, and then finally for skill level 3, the time is going to be 4.2 seconds with a multiplier of 2.6. So Wild Gaston's ability is pretty cool. One thing I didn't do, if you notice here for skill level 1, is that I was trying different strategies. These were some of my earlier gameplay, so I was trying to figure out what is the best strategy when using Wild Gaston. And you'll notice here for skill level 1, I activated his ability right away, and that's actually not the strategy you want to use. What you want to do is, after the ability is relatively full, or after you actually fully charge it, then you want to start clearing off all the Tsums on the screen that is not Wild Gaston. So take a look at skill level 3 here. I already have the ability fully charged up, but I'm not activating yet because I do want to make a really long chain. So what I ended up doing was I cleared off a bunch of Tsums that were not Wild Gastons, and then I made a really long chain. And one of the cool thing about his ability is that his chains are going to be double. So let's say you only clear 4 Tsums off the screen, or not 4 Tsums, but 4 big Wild Gaston. It actually counts as 8. So every single chain that you make that's Wild Gaston, multiply by 2, that's how many you're going to get. So keep an eye on skill level 2 right there. I do have a bunch of Wild Gastons that I already started chaining, and then I'm going to connect a really long chain here. And if you guys know this game well, that the longer the chain, the more coins you're going to earn, and also your score is going to be a lot higher too. So if you are going for a high score or getting a lot of coins, then you definitely want to wait until you have a lot of Gastons on the screen. And then also you'll notice that after the ability is activated and you clear off a bunch of Gastons, your meter will also be full again. So ultimately, you want to just keep this cycle going. It's kind of the opposite way of how you normally play, which is like clear off as many My Tsums as possible to activate the ability. In this case, your skill is likely going to be fully charged most of the time. You actually want to clear off non-Wild Gastons. What I also want to show you guys is the abilities all activated at the same time. So you'll notice here skill level 2 and 3, I already have all the abilities activated, or fully charged but I haven't activated it. So the skill is pretty cool. Gaston will flex his muscle, and then you'll have a chance to clear off a bunch of Tsums off their screen. So let me slow this down for you and show you what the ability actually does. So first of all, Wild Gaston will come out, and then you'll be able to connect a lot of the chains. So let's focus on skill level 1 right now, because I do want to show you what I mean by the chains doubling. So you'll see here that I actually only connected 5 Tsums here for skill level 1, but you'll see that counter as 10. And like I mentioned earlier, that is because all of the chains that you will make during Wild Gaston's ability will actually count as double. So you'll see for skill level 2 right now, I've already connected 12, so that's why it counts as 24. I think that one ends up being 36 or something like that. And very similar for skill level 3, I have 30, but in reality, there's only 15 that's currently chained at the moment. So let's play through here and show you what I actually ended up for all 3 of these. And for skill level 1, I got a chain of 10. Skill level 2, I got a chain of 30. And then skill level 3, I got a chain of 32. Now, this part doesn't matter because the chain part, it's going to remain the same throughout all of the skill levels. What you really want to do is focus on clearing non-Wild Gastons off their screen as much as possible. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play through. As these Tsums go away or these Wild Gastons gets cleared off the screen, you'll see here that Wild Gastons is already full and you can activate it again. So I made the mistakes here where I activated it right away, and like I mentioned, you should avoid doing that. And you want to make sure you clear off all non-Wild Gastons off the screens before you activate his ability again. So I'll reiterate, don't activate it right away, but clear off non-Wild Gastons once you have a good amount of Wild Gastons on the screen. Then you want to activate the ability and then clear them off. I know it's going to be a little bit weird where you're not activating the ability right away, but that's actually the strategy for Wild Gaston, and it is going to optimize how many coins, how large your score is going to be. So give that a try and then let me know how it goes. I might actually redo some of these videos, or at least for skill level 6, because I think I used the wrong strategy up until skill level 5. So keep that in mind. You don't want to activate it right away. Give it a little bit of time and then optimize it. Okay, so what I also want to show you guys is the comparison for all of the coins that I got for the skill level 1, 2, and 3, and also the score. And keep in mind, I didn't necessarily use the best strategy here, so you definitely could get more coins and definitely more score than I did here. And my Wild Gaston is not maxed out at the moment either, so he's only going to be at the lower levels, definitely not at level 50. And for skill level 1, I got 685 coins. Skill level 2, I got 1,000 coins ish. And then for skill level 3, I got 1.2 thousand, so 1,279. In terms of score, I got 1.6 for skill level 1. For skill level 2, I got 2.2. And for skill level 3, I got 3.2. So from a scoring perspective, not super amazing for these 3 gameplays. I definitely think that if Wild Gaston was a higher level, definitely could have performed a lot better. When it comes to coin earnings, definitely a little bit lackluster, not that amazing. So definitely a lot of improvement that could be made for these lower gameplays. So that's my review for Wild Gaston. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you guys would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this or support this channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching.